we got to bring up, like everyone else, we got to pay tributes to Jay Briscoe. He was very underrated on the mic, in the ring. The Briscoe brothers, I will say, when I went through that void of the void of WWE where I wasn't watching WWE, the Briscoes were all I was ever watching. And what got me, I didn't watch when I first saw them. It wasn't a match; it was their promos, and their promos captured you. Like you believed that was them, and it is them basically. But they made you feel like it was real. The way they talked, especially Jay, like Jay just captured you. Like he told stories and he took you on a ride and you just followed him. And the Mark Briscoe was the fucking comedy relief in the background.
Yeah.
And Jay would get pissed and walk. Like there was a one of the greatest promos that they did was when, because they legitimately have a farm in Delaware.
It was always in their barn, right?
It was always
like
in their barn or outside
barn, yeah.
somewhere on the property.
Yeah.
And they had something happen where like some type of flu came through and like destroyed a whole crop of chickens.
Yeah,
and Jay Briscoe's like, you know how pissed we are. He's like, let me tell you what, you want to know what we're going to do to the Briscoe brothers? Or, to the Young Bucks. He's like, a whole flock of chickens died. He's all, do the math. He's like, we get 8 flocks a year. Every flock is $50,000. One flock just got wiped out. And you tell me what we going to do to those fucking boys, the Young Bucks, blah, blah. And then, like, he walks off camera. And, like, he's, like, pissed. You hear him cussing. And his wife's like, Jamin! He's like, they're not going to air the video. I was like, why? Because I said the fucking F word. And he like walks off the camera. And she's like, well, now they're not going to play the video. And then Mark Briscoe, he's like, shee-wee. He's like, you guys got him riled up. He's like, me? I'm cool like 007, man. Like, just the way they play off each other is fucking great. Their promos, even if you don't watch their matches, go back and watch all their fucking promos. Their promos are great.
They're like,
it's so crazy. I can't believe that.
I say it a lot, but like they're just really good pro wrestlers, and they're actually like pro wrestling characters, not like acting like characters, like Cuz said. Like you believe them. Like yeah, and I'm gonna balance him off someone else. I'm not trying to compare skills or anything, but like Moxley that's his character. Moxley is a Moxley. Like he's just fucking I don't care, and that's my favorite type of, not an I don't care attitude, but like they're not playing a garbage man or a ninja or whatever.
Yeah,
that's their character. They're just them. Like Hacksaw Duggan, and I know this is from the 80s, was just an over the top kind of character. Like the Briscoes were like my favorite type of wrestling characters. They were actual, like you just believe that, oh, you're your own character. You're not, I can't define you or say you are this profession or this type. You're not trying to be a generic version of fill in the blank. You're just this way, and you make me believe that you're this way. And then when you wrestle, it makes that character louder and speak louder. And like they're my favorite style of pro wrestlers.
And then you also
like,
show you're a pro, and then you're like, oh, you're a pro wrestler. Like you're
not. And then you see them work in the ring, and
pro. Like
they act like they're kind of unhinged and not manageable. But then when I was talking to Cuz before we hit record, this year at the Crockett Cup, they had NWA pay-per-view. They took on the Von Erich sons, the sons of Kevin, I believe. And they were nowhere near the league of the Briscoe brothers. They were green as shit. But I watched the Briscoe brothers like literally carry them. And I know people say that a lot, like when they review a match, like, oh, so-and-so carried so-and-so. You don't really get it. And I'm not trying to act like superior and I know what I'm looking for. I mean, I just been watching wrestling a long time. So you know a really good worker. And I watched the Briscoe brothers not shit on them and not even act irritated that they were in the ring with people that had no business being in the ring with them. But they just slowed it down. They dumbed their style down, slowed their style down, and carried this match. And it was an okay match. I mean, it wasn't wonderful, but like I was just like so impressed with them on that, because I'm like, man, they could have easily stayed in character. And you know, there's still a way to kind of let your opponent mess up and then you kind of mock them and make fun of them. But that's not good pro wrestling. Good pro wrestling is knowing that you're in there. I mean, Kurt Hennig did it for years. He was in there against a lot of people that had no business being in there with him. Bret Hart did it for years. Like, you know, they're so good, they can show you like, I have to morph. It's about telling a story. It's about being my character and accepting their character. Henning, do you think he liked losing to Beefcake? Fuck no. He didn't like losing to Brutus Beefcake, but he did it because it's his job. And like the Briscoe brothers were that good. And then on top of that, when they got a chance to get in there with people like FTR and the Young Bucks and all that, they fucking lit the place on fire. Like it was just amazing to watch. Like they were so good, man. So it's super tragic what happened.
They are Ring of Honor. Like
it's almost unbelievable.
20 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Ring of Honor,
he was only 38 years old too. And his birth.
It's stupid. It's just stupid to say.
birthday was yesterday.
It's stupid to even like have to think about.
And it's crazy, just in case people don't know. He was driving back from cheerleading practice with his 2 daughters, and unfortunately, he was not wearing his seatbelt.
Doesn't matter.
The person that hit him. I haven't read everything else other than that. All we know is the person for some reason got in the other lane, oncoming traffic, crashed right into him, and yeah. So
as I said, it doesn't matter. All we can hope for at this point is that the kids are going to be okay.
Yeah, and I know the his wife released an update, but I didn't read it. And I heard they were stable though, so that's good because I think originally they were in intensive.
One was not having movement below the kneecaps, if what I read was to be true, and the other one had also a bunch of broken bones, but was okay neck and back wise. But
yeah, I heard they both were stable.
One had spinal surgery, and they weren't sure whether they could move their feet, which is awful at 9 and 12. So
it sucks.
But and again, sucks. The wrestling community, for all how much they suck, the IWC. It was a really nice night of tributes and no one being a dick about it, and really everyone coming together in like the moments of that. And because you look at the Briscoes and you're like, they are dem boys, like terrible neck beards or whatever. And every single story about Jay was how he was always nice when no one else had to, and he always loved talking about his family, which is also what you heard about Brody too. So. Yeah, from all accounts, like it's a really, really sad, tragic story.
It is, dude. Like, and it's like out of nowhere too, man. It's just like it sucks.
Those accidents are,
because it
almost
saying
that anybody deserves to die in that way, but like it's always like the fucking Brodies or the Owens or now the Briscoe, the ones that are like, it's just a real genuine nice guy. It's like, fuck, of course, of course you're gonna take a really good one. That's awesome.
And they were pro wrestlers. Go back and watch the promo when they cut on Red Dragon, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly about how they talk about like, you guys are tap out boys, so you kicking your little punching bag, staying focused. He's like, do we look like we're focused? He's all, this pro wrestling, son. And that's just in a nutshell right there. They're pro wrestlers. They're fucking great. Back. I almost memorized all their promos because, like I said, there was that time where WWE was just I just stopped watching and I had to fill that void. And Briscoe Brothers were one of the first things that I filled that void with, and I fell in love with them ever since. And it was just because of their promos. I watched their matches after watching all their promos, and it just made it even that much more better.
One of their famous lines, or Jay's was like, Terry Funk ain't nowhere no mouth guard.
Terry Funk, it's that same promo.
Okay.
Yeah, Mark Briscoe, yeah, Terry Funk ain't nowhere no mouth guard. Yeah, Terry Funk ain't nowhere no mouth guard. You ain't seen no Terry Funk nowhere wearing no mouth guard. They were talking about Bobby Fish and Colorado because they're MMA trained. They wear their shin pads, their mouth guards, or Terry Funk punching their punching bags. Yeah, it's fucking great. Go back and watch all their promos. So, Dave, I think you were mentioning something about The Rock earlier.
Yeah, according to reports today, the Rock has indicated to some that he is not wrestling at WrestleMania. He said due to his schedule, he will never be able to get into shape for WrestleMania. And I know there's going to be some idiots out there that go, oh my God, how could he get? What do you mean he's not in shape? He works out twice a day. I'm like, bro, ring shape is totally different. Not
totally different.
Thing.
I feel like he's fucking with everyone though.
Well,
he could be.
That's what I feel. I think
he could be fucking with people, but he could also be like, that could be an excuse because he doesn't want to blow out something. Last time he wrestled, he tore something. So
that too. Yeah,
maybe he doesn't.
Honestly,
how old is The Rock now? He's late 50s. How old?
Mid 40s. Right? Or no? Oh, shit, actually,
he's got to be older than that. Let me see. Is he 48?
So almost 50. Sorry. So I mean, the funny thing is you can't tell because he looks so amazing.
Jesse, pull that shit
you can't even tell. But I don't. As big as that dude is, like you can't move in the ring like that. You can't do that. And is
actually,
he really
good riddance.
Is he really going to let someone like Roman
I don't want him winning the ring?
Probably not.
I don't want him being the fucking spotlight. He doesn't need to be anymore.
Did you pull up the age?
I said, Jesse, pull that shit up.
No, I did. But I didn't. I know. He's 50. He's 50.
Wow. 50. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I guess 48. So
he looks.
You're close.
He looks amazing. Come on, but
yeah, he looks like he's 40.
It's just, I'm a little bit kind of
really because if Steve Austin won the Royal Rumble, what are you gonna say?
Yeah, you're gonna be mad about it.
I mean, come on, it's a little different right there. Well, no, because here's the thing.
It's a little different.
Of course it is.
You know what the bitter taste is because he kept coming back with Cena and then ending CM Punk's long ass reign.
You don't think that Stone Cold would have came back?
It's so funny that you say that
because
because
go ahead.
It's because this Tuesday, because this will air this weekend. This Tuesday, we're gonna do the Royal Rumble 2013 review, which was him coming back and ending Punk's reign, and it's already in the can, so we've already done it. And I remember as a fan back then, and even watching it back now, and then after we record this, we're gonna review for February. We're gonna do the Elimination Chamber 2013 because it's a decade old, and that was the rematch with CM Punk and The Rock. And I remember feeling that way too, and it brought all those emotions back to me, going like, "Fuck, man! Like, did Punk dirty here? Like, they just to get to the Cena and Rock rematch. What are we doing here?"
Yeah, it was kind of.
I only want to see him come back, honestly, if Roman goes over. That's
that would be, and he.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess he, because Roman has both titles. I was gonna say he doesn't have to win the Rumble face Roman.
I keep wondering when the shoe's going to drop on that. How much longer can Roman hold it? Who's going to pull it? It's probably going to be Cody.
Well, and also because I don't remember. I think it was during your hiatus when you were moving, and Triple H was playing around with the notion. He did some interview somewhere, and it was right when a little after he took over, and he's playing with the notion of just the 2 nights of WrestleMania. Why we can have them intertwine a little bit more. Last year they kind of had it intertwined because Stone Cold was on both shows, but they're going to do it different. Like maybe he takes The Rock on one night and then takes Cody on the other night for the title, like, or vice versa or whatever. So yeah, they're playing like they might get double bang for your buck. You can get The Rock, and then you could also get
the Rumble should be like a Cody Rhodes, or if you want to have someone else, not even Stone Cold, but Stone Cold was gone for a long time. He barely came back.
Well,
The Rock, we kept seeing him frequently.
If the Elimination Chamber also gets a match, right? I mean, to your point, the Elimination Chamber wrestles in one night. The Royal Rumble, wrestles
that actually would be awesome, and that would actually be kind of cool to see The Rock in the Elimination.
Oh, there you
Chamber
go.
Match. You know, see him tying it up with, like, you know, the Drew McIntyres, Sheamus.
You got
guys that he's never wrestled. I would actually like that better. Actually,
I feel like he just no sells all their moves and Rock bottoms them and pins them all one after the other.
See, I don't think Rock would. I think Rock would give you 3 appearances. He'd give you Mania and like 2 Raws. I think that's all he could give you. I don't even think he'd give you Elimination Chamber or anything.
I think they'll keep it straight.
I'm saying, like, whoever
you got to tell one story, and you got to let Cody have his moment. As predictable as it is, it doesn't matter. I think we would all love to see Cody win the Royal Rumble and meet that march to Roman.
Honestly, because if we're thinking already Austin's probably going to wrestle at WrestleMania somebody, I could actually see him being in the Rumble, and, you know, whoever eliminates him is his feud.
His opponent, yeah.
And maybe it's Cena. Cool, that's maybe the rumor of Cena and Rock.
Edge comes out.
Or Cena and Stone Cold comes from.
Oh, man. I think it's going to be Cena in theory, or Cena and Logan.
I can't imagine Stone Cold doing it again, though, after just coming back after so many years.
Dude, look at him, though. He looks fucking
He does look great.
He looks fucking crazy. Like, I was like, oh my God.
He could be.
Actually, imagine him in the Elimination Chamber. He can just go in last. You know?
Maybe he's just coming
back for like a Dino Bravo, like, what do you guys
bench press off.
Coming up?
Imagine
him in The Rock,
him in Boogs, Rick Boogs,
and Strowman and Stone Cold.
Boogs on social
I don't see you pumping Boogs.
And Jesse Ventura will be out there like he did with Bravo and spot him. I just used my 2 pinkies to help The Rock. He did it all himself.
Can we talk about this, since Rumble is close too? Who are the surprise entrants? Cody's going to be one. I think Boogs will be another one.
I feel like Great Muta is going to be one.
I think he's ready to come back. You think Great Muta?
Yeah, I think Great Muta would be one too.
Wow, that'll be fun.
Because his last match, his last match was on the 22nd. That's this weekend.
Yeah, that's tomorrow.
I had to look at my thing.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh no, it'll be tomorrow here, right? Tomorrow, because it'll be the 22nd in Japan.
The posters I saw, I'm not sure if they were just translated or whatever, but it said 122.
Any other surprise?
And it's literally called Muta's Final Bye Bye.
Final Bye Bye. Final Bye Bye.
Final Bye Bye.
I could see him being in the Rumble. Well, yeah.
What other? What other surprise Rumble interest do you got? What's on your mind?
If not Muta, definitely I could see someone from New Japan.
I think someone from New Japan might pop in.
I think so.
Shinsuke will probably pop in easily. I don't know if that's a surprise.
Well, he's WWE, you know.
I think McAfee might return. He's looking swole on his show.
Yeah, you were talking about that. McAfee. McAfee's.
I'm calling Stone Cold or Rock for sure. I think Stone Cold. Actually, I honestly think Stone Cold more than The Rock. Honestly, at this point.
Could you imagine Stone Cold and Rock like within the same 20 minutes, like being in the ring again together? Holy shit!
I could see that actually happening.
Honestly. I would lose my shit.
And
Yeah, give us that
was
moment.
actually
That'd be
another
fun.
rumored match. You know that, right? Stone Cold versus The Rock again.
I was reading that too. Like
Which
Stone Cold
I
and The
wouldn't
Rock
mind
4.
that. That I would not mind if you kept them two.
I don't know
just,
if they.
like, in
I
their
don't know
own
if they
little
could
character.
carry. I don't know if they could carry a match. I don't know. I don't know
You know
anymore.
what though? Stone Cold and Kevin Owens went. So
Yeah, but Kevin Owens was.
They
but
street
Stone
fight
Cold
it. They're
has
just
the
stuck
mind.
it.
Stone Cold would know what to do. Be like,
Yeah.
you're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this.
Son, I'm
Yeah,
gonna throw you on the outside of the goddamn ring. And he's like, all right, no problem.
You're not
Steve,
tied
thank
with
you.
me though. You
I
son
love
of a
you.
bitch. I'm going over on this one.
And he does that, and
Sure,
then
Steve.
Austin pins him on this one, and he's just whispering in his ear. He's like, "I love you too," like super
Yeah,
loud
he's,
to
"I love
tie
you."
the.
Pushes
I
the
love
ref
you too.
away. I love you. I love you.
He starts licking his face.
Now we're even. I love you too.
Always taking it.
I love you. And then Hulk Hogan would come out, brother. I love you both, brothers. Get out.
Oh, Hogan's going to be there
Get
for
out of here.
Raw's 30th, by the way. I read that today.
Oh, that's right.
Ah, he's
we
gonna
gotta
get
talk about
booed.
that.
I don't want to see him anymore. I'm done with him.
Whoa.
Yeah, you know why? Because he's gonna come. Oh, listen, brothers.
He's gonna come out and be stupid.
brothers. Like,
Did you hear?
the way
So
he talks
because
right now,
he
dude.
was in the suite with Tom Cruise and he's got a girlfriend who's a Scientologist, so there's all these stories of like they're trying to recruit him into Scientology. That'd be so fucking funny.
Oh man, the NWO angle all over again.
That's
New World Order
Oh,
Scientology, brother.
brother.
Scientology invades Raw, just takes it over.
This is the
brother.
Scientology World Order of Professional Wrestling.
Oh
brother.
my god.
John Travolta's like behind him. He's all,
Mhm.
Yeah,
Tom Cruise.
that's just right. It's so weird.
Oh my god.
Why does he still have the Grease accent every
Yeah,
time?
Terry,
Why-
you're right, Terry.
It's 1970s Travolta behind him.
Don't
Tom
make me
Cruise just has
laugh.
sunglasses on. He's all
Oh,
like in the back.
Tell
brother.
him, Terry.
Tell him.
Oh,
Stupid
man, that would
wrestling.
be actually pretty fucking funny. Actually,
Sure, like
yeah, brother.
I mean, 30 people goes fast. Like I don't mind like 3 surprises or 2,
Yeah.
but like 30 people does go fast. And I want to see them highlight today's stars too. So
Yeah.
you got to figure like Sammy's probably going to be in there. Maybe he'll have like a thing where he almost throws an Uso out or whatever. Like they're going to do cool stuff like that throughout. So they're going to keep feeding the bloodline.
I'd like to hope for our Cardona surprise. That'd be cool.
Oh, that would be cool.
Speaking of which,
I heard that
did you
too.
see-
I heard that he might be there as well.
Well, did you see what happened?
What he
today, I
trademarked?
think. Yeah, the Zack Ryder.
Yeah, they say, and he's like,
Oh,
It's
yeah.
kind of weird. Why did they let it, like? So that means that has to mean something, right?
well,
Because they're like,
it says Cardona trademarked it, and then he replied, "Is this true?" to the tweet.
Oh.
I'm like, God damn it, Cardona.
I fell for it. We all fell for it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, God, he's so good.
Or is it true? Like, yeah.
Yeah, is this
That's
true?
good.
Yeah,
well, all
I
we have
love
to do is
that.
look it up.
Cardona's
I
great
don't,
on
I don't
social
feel like
media.
going out.
And the
looking it up on
women's,
the
like,
trademark website.
Honestly, Sasha could do an appearance. Why not?
I thought that too.
Well,
yeah.
Mickey James just won some gold again. I think it might be Mickey James again coming back.
Like she'll come back again. The Impact title. So will it work this time? And I was like, still
No.
no one's watch it.
Now she's gonna get the Rey Mysterio treatment this time. Boo! Like,
Just get
Oh.
booed.
especially if
So
she's
she'll be
got
like 30.
number
Like,
30.
yeah.
Can we talk about how great the Dom stuff is right now? Spending
Yes.
2 hours in jail. Oh
Yes.
my
Fucking-
god.
He's the
brilliant.
fucking best.
I love
Like,
it.
It's awesome.
And-
Judgment
and-
Day is the best, by the way. Like that like other than the Bloodline.
It's because I love going down those rabbit holes online. Just people who are just playing along, like just know
Mhm.
better. But it's just so great because everyone's like, he's fucking Eddie's son. Like everyone's saying it's the best
Yeah.
ever. Like it's
If
so
they
fucking funny to
believe
think
it,
that
you
and
know.
play. It's great.
You know when it leads to the eventual match of Ray versus Dom, that is going to be put in there.
At Mania, and that shit's gonna be awesome.
He's all,
I
I'm
bet. Like,
taller than you. Like,
Yeah.
little man, like, and all that shit.
I just love it
I
when he
have
talks
the
about
hair.
prison. When he talks about like you don't know.
no,
what
he's
I've
talking about
seen,
like you
bro.
can't survive in prison to the Usos. He's like, you couldn't
Yeah.
survive in the penitentiary.
Yeah. Dude, and the best line, which it pisses me off because WWE kept showing the replay of the Christmas incident. They
Oh,
cut
yeah.
out the best fucking line. It's literally the best line when the cops were arresting him. He's like, no. He's like, we were the one that were abused. He's like, my mom hit mommy. Like, they keep cutting that out. I'm like, why are you cutting?
My
That's
mom
the
hit
best
mommy.
line.
Why'd
That's
they
the
cut it
fucking
out?
best
I remember
line.
that line,
I don't know. They just skip it. Like, they don't cut that line purposely. They just skip.
Oh,
A segment
like
of
in
it,
that-
and then
got
that
it.
happens to be included in there. I'm like,
Got it.
why would you skip out on that
Have
line?
you-
That's like the best fucking line right there.
Have
Yeah.
you seen her wearing the shirts that says "I'm your mommy"? I'm like, dude,
Yes.
Is WWE selling that? Because you know
Yeah.
it's gonna sell
Did-
out. Like,
Did you see that Vicky Guerrero actually wore it on AEW?
no, she
That's cool.
did.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't see that. It's
Like
fucking
after
cool.
it came out, yeah, after that shirt came out, she wore it on AEW.
It's pretty cool.
Man, Tony doesn't know what he's doing. Get that shit out the show. Come on.
Speaking of which,
Sorry.
why is
What's
that?
there?
Why is that making the rounds? By the way,
What?
But Tony's gonna buy him.
One of the big story. No, not even that. That's bullshit.
You mean the one where Tony lost his phone after the Jaguar game? That one?
So
No,
that's
the
100%
story
true.
That was my favorite fucking video all weekend, by the way.
He's such a geek, bro.
God, every time I rewound the video and watched it over and over again, and I fucking laugh harder every time because he's so hugging all the players.
Yeah.
He's like, "Wait, the Jaguars won," and he turns around, it's all
and the delay,
like
the phone goes
jumped
kind
out,
of just
like,
out of his pocket from out of frame.
Yeah,
and he's like,
it
he's
just
never
kinda
gonna get that
flies
back.
out.
he's
Yeah.
running off like a child, and his phone's all like just
Ev-
falling right there. This is great.
Everyone's
What
upset
rumor cuss? What'd you
because because so remember, I don't know if you guys remember, Tony Khan said, "Yeah, I've met Nick Khan and them and everything," and then Nick Khan was on an interview just recently, like a couple days ago,
Oh shit!
and they asked him about that, and he's like, "Oh, I've never met the kid. He seems like a good kid though," and people are mad because he called Tony Khan a kid.
So what?
So everyone's upset.
That
about
sounds
and
like
that's
a non-story.
it's an actually news story.
Wow.
It's actually a lot of news stories like. Nick Khan calls Tony Khan kid. I've never met that kid.
That's
he
what you
seems
call
like a nice
a
kid.
slow
And
news
the
day there,
IWC
buddy.
is outraged. It's like,
He does
No,
seem
they're
like a
not.
nice kid.
he does seem like a nice kid.
Yeah.
Such a nice
He is a
kid.
kid.
No, literally, if you read,
Yeah,
the comments
literally,
on the
like that's
story,
what.
people are, like, pissed
Yeah,
off,
it's like he hugs like a kid. He
"Oh, you
acts like a
fucking
kid.
You got a fucking kid.
He holds the
Who
mug
are
like
you,
a kid.
Nick Khan?
He can't even hold it
Oh,
properly.
Yeah,
my
he fucking holds a
gosh.
mug like a
On
child.
the Rich
like,
Eisen show, we all had a group like he was holding the mug really weird on the Rich Eisen show.
Like a child. He hold it like a child.
just everything weird. Yeah,
he's
holding it like.
frozen because the camera's on, and he's just like,
He's
I'm not
awkward.
even
He's
kidding. When
socially
we this Christmas, we give him my 6-year-olds like hot chocolate and mugs, and it's hot, So we're trying to tell him you got to hold it by the handle. If you touch it, you're gonna fucking burn yourself. So it's just like my 6-year-old kid just going like trying to steady the mug and like, try to show me that he could drink it or whatever. And that's what Tony Khan was doing. He was holding the mug up this high the entire interview. He was like, "No, I mean, I agree. Not drinking out of it, just holding the fucking thing like right there." It's like, God damn
Yeah,
it.
because
it's like hot chocolate. And Rich Eisen's like,
he-
"What'd
And
you
know
say?"
when he drinks, Tony Khan drinks like this.
He needs to do some pull downs, bro, and get that strength up. It's a little heavy.
Yeah.
A little heavy.
It's like shaking and sweating.
Go eat a sandwich while you're at
One
it.
of the two.
Just enjoy it.
Did
I
your
don't
timer go
But-
off?
Dynamite's been a
well,
great
you go to
show.
sleep.
For the last few weeks now, they're putting some good string of shows
I'm telling
together.
you, man. Like
Wrestling's
the
good.
last 3 weeks, it's been fucking great.
Oh,
It really
wrestling's
has.
always good.
Wrestling's always good over there, man.
Yeah,
There's a lot of good wrestling. Out
And
there.
everyone's happy because Danielson's winning because he's on the road to the MGF
Finally.
tour. So he's winning. According, I asked Craig about that
See-
because Craig watches it more than I do, and that's always good. It's good to see Danielson winning some matches.
My point is that we know that he has to win every one of them because he has to get to MGF. So they're burning all these dream matches where the result is
wish-
going to be Brian winning all of them. So
I wish they held it
Bandito
off
and
for a little bit. Because do you think Daniel is gonna win against MJF?
No,
I don't know if they're gonna.
no, I don't think so.
That's why I wish they were
think
holding
so.
this off for a little longer. That way, Daniel Bryan is the one that's gonna win. Because
Yeah.
I would love to see him finally get like realize that and just get a run with the
But-
title. Daniel Bryan's,
See, but you know what? You know why I'm wishing that? Because they totally fucked up the Wardlow thing. Because that's who I would
yeah.
want to have seen. Because
Imagine if they were pushing
would've
Wardlow
made
the right
perfect
way this whole
sense.
time. Imagine if they were pushing him the right way this whole time, like how he would just insert himself down the line, and it would make fucking so much sense. Like
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what
I wanna talk
that's what
about it.
pisses me off. It's like
yeah,
I shouldn't even be wishing that it's Daniel Bryan because I should be wishing that it's Wardlow. But now
They
I'm
could be
wishing it's
coming.
Daniel
They
Bryan.
could be rehabbing Wardlow because they took the TNT title off him because Samoa Joe beat him, and then Darby Allin
now
beat.
build him up. Now build him.
Yeah,
back
Darby
up.
Allin beat Samoa Joe, so like it seems like they're trying to get Wardlow away from that. I'm like, well, you guys, you got
But
a lot of rehabbing
unfortunately-
to do, man. You
Okay.
fucked him up.
I was gonna say, unfortunately, it's not because that's what they thought of. It's because everyone said you fucked up Wardlow, and now we're like, all right, well, we got to do this now.
Yeah, well, let's
They're
just
not
take
doing
him
it
off.
because
Yeah, you're
they-
saying
yeah.
it's reactive, not proactive.
Yeah.
Hey,
it
you know what
should've
though,
been proactive.
cuz in all fairness, as long as they fucking listen to criticism and they try to fix it, I'm
Yeah.
okay with it. But
As
I
long
don't
as
know
they
if you
do,
could
but-
like I don't know if you could repair like lightning in a bottle.
That-
I don't know
yeah,
if you
well,
can
that's
repair that.
that's the
like
problem with it, though. That's
Yeah.
the problem with that part because Wardlow.
it's
I
like
mean, how many
WCW when they
guys-
fuck Goldberg up and then remember when he cut his arm on that limo and he had to go away for like 6 months. When he came back, they just couldn't rehab him. They couldn't make Goldberg the same that he
Yeah.
was before. I'm not suggesting Wardlow's way more talented than Goldberg
Oh, yeah.
was at that age, by the way.
Yeah.
But you
Not
can't.
sounding
Yeah,
like a warrior, but
to your point, you can't rehab like that organic. When you have it in your hands, you have to play that card
That's-
right now. Like they just didn't do it.
That's why. Well, I mean, and to be fair, we can go to like the WWE side. That's what pisses me off when they fucked up someone like Elias.
Oh my
Elias
god, he was so over.
and
Yeah,
like, why would you fuck that up? Like Elias was big time over. So why would you fuck that up?
Yeah.
Like,
He was
so
he
the
was
same
like
thing.
done. He was already made. Like it was crazy, like how he would captivate the audience, and they just
Yeah.
did weird
And
shit.
you know, like it was funny because we were watching me and Crystal were watching the other day. We're watching Impractical Jokers, and even one of the guys on there, he had the Walk with Elias shirt.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit! Like, come on, man! Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you guys, like,
It's just right.
that's
He's right there.
to
It's
me,
right there in
one
front of you.
Oh my god, it pisses me off to this day. Like, still. Like,
So is he
why
going to
would
come
you guys
back
fuck
as,
that?
because Ezekiel, that's done, right? So is he growing his beard and going to come back as Elias?
Oh,
He's
you
been
really
back as
haven't-
Elias.
Okay.
What the fuck, Craig? Yeah, you're watching the wrong wrestling program, bud.
Is he on Raw?
Yeah, he's
Did
on
that
Raw.
oh god, how long has it been now?
It is Raw. He's Raw, right? Or is he SmackDown? I don't
He's
remember.
been back since the Triple H era, like basically like a couple months after Triple H took over.
Yeah. Is he on both shows or is he on Raw only?
He's on Raw. He's on Raw.
Right.
Yeah. Boogs. I mean, that's another one that they could probably capture
Boogs.
lightning in the bottle when he comes back because everyone loves
He's-
Boogs.
I don't like his last name.
Yeah, I don't either.
Like, what was his original name?
Something Hagen, like Metal Hagen or something like
I
that.
kind of liked
I like
it.
that,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know about the metal, but I mean, I liked his original name, and then they called him
Hagen.
Rick Boogs, and
Call him
they've
Rick
done a
Hagen.
good job by making him come out every week going, "I'm Rick Boogs," and so they made him say it 100 times, which gets over, you know.
It
But
did
he's
get
so
over, that's the thing.
charismatic. I feel that there's so much untapped stuff with him. It might be a blessing that he got injured because thank goodness he's going to make a full recovery. But like I think, oh, dude, you could do so much with this guy. He's
You
so
could.
charismatic. He's so awesome. Like he reminds me, he's a throwback to like a really energetic, like 80s wrestler in a good way.
Yes, that's
And like
exactly,
he's just
yep.
so good. And I'm like, man, I'm just
And he's got
To
the
put
size
on
of
those
those.
That's
fluorescent
right.
hammer
And
pants and go to work.
It,
got,
it
like, the
happened at
Hercules
Mania,
size
so
or
it's been
something.
9 months, right?
yeah, it happened
Yeah.
at Mania.
Yeah, he's that's what I'm saying. If
Royal
you're following him on social media, you could follow the rehab a little bit. He's already did the weights he's pushing on like
Oh,
the squats.
yeah,
and
he's back
deadlift
up
is
to
massive already. He's
squatting
back.
an entire city like already. Like, geez, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
he's huge. Yeah, and they're doing a ton of
He's
stress
great.
tests at the doctors.
like
with
He's
his-
got so
with
much
his leg.
potential. I love watching him.
Yeah, he's
Shinsuke,
crushing.
I mean,
massive weight. Yeah, with that leg.
Shinsuke is another one that they dropped the ball with because like when he first came
And you
know, they
can't,
fucked
you
up,
almost
they
can't
fucked
rehab
up, but
him
then,
at this point.
Huh? What happened?
You almost can't rehab him at this point.
No,
he's older.
but they
he was
almost
already
did
old.
because when pairing up with Rick Boogs and everyone's singing the song and going crazy when he
Yeah.
came out, you actually could have again right there. You could have.
Yeah,
Shinsuke's
Or-
on
but
limited
some guys go
time,
through-
man. Let him go do his shit. Let him go cross over for a while.
actually,
he's-
him and
he's
he
older.
pulled a good match out of Muda too. I haven't watched the
Of
entire
course.
match yet, but there's a channel on YouTube that like cut out like the best like high spots or whatever from it, and it was
Yeah.
really cool. They he worked around Muda's limitations obviously and stuff, and it looked really snug and solid. Like
Yeah, he
so
looked
it
like a
looked
different
really good.
guy. Like he looked
Yeah.
like New Japan Shinsuke.
Yeah,
How many dragon screws did Muda do? Like 16.
he did. Well, yeah, that's his
Right,
only
like,
move right now,
This is the only thing he can do anymore.
Yeah,
and his
sorry.
elbow.
And we love Muda.
But Shinsuke sucked the
Yeah, baby.
Muda spray out of Muda and sprayed it in Muda's face. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, because Muda kept hitting him,
Oh.
and every time Shinsuke would go for something, Muda would spit it in his face and catch him off guard. And then finally, like he went to do it again, but Shinsuke caught him and like grabbed his face and sucked it, quote unquote, out of his mouth
you're
and spit it
saying
back
they
in Muda's
kissed?
face. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
It
That's-
was romantic.
That's sweet.
But WWE's garbage.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm sure it hit at the right impact and time. I'm sure it built up just right.
Well, sports entertainment stuff. Not that
Mhm.
the sports entertainment stuff that WWE gets criticized for. It's wrestling's good and all wrestling sucks too at the same time.
Yeah, it depends on what you like.
Yep.
But there is a lot of good
I mean,
wrestling out there.
We all believe in an Irish whip, so that's the dumbest
That's
thing
what
I've
I'm
ever
saying.
seen in my
Once,
life.
Yeah.
once you believe someone
Yeah.
can throw
Irish
someone else
whip
into a
is not
corner-
realistic
Actually-
at all in any way, shape, or form.
But if you were the opponent getting thrown in the Irish whip, you could be like, this could be my chance to take advantage of that.
You can go with it just to try to get a counter.
Actually, it actually could make sense though. If
I'll
you
be
were
like,
the other guy.
is Cuz trying to throw me against the
It's not-
ropes?
it's
I'm going
not
to
so
go
much
with
an
it.
Irish whip. It's allowing someone to throw you into the corner. That's really, if you can believe
Yeah.
that, then you can get into wrestling.
But as the opponent, that's actually smart though, because that gives me time to get away from him.
Or
Big
drop
man,
downs,
full
like you
match.
Irish Rick, and then you drop down and they
you're
just run over you.
overselling it. You're overselling it.
I just remember.
I mean, when you're like Shawn Michaels overselling it, then there you go. But
I just remember an older kid almost like I still didn't believe him, but it was the first crack in the armor of wrestling when I thought it was real. Is I was a little kid and talking about Coco Beware, and this older kid was like, it's fake, right? If you do a pile driver in real life, it would kill you. Okay? And so he was like an older brother and then just walked away. And then that just kind of implanted on me for a second. I was like,
You're like,
Huh?
Dick.
What?
No, it's not.
That's dude.
But I still
Again,
believe that after
that's
that
so
was the
annoying,
first
though.
like
It's
first
annoying
guy
when
that
they do
tried
it
to
nowadays.
ruin it
Yeah,
for me.
but
Well, people that do
You
it
act
to me
like you're
now, like
groundbreaking, bro.
You
You're
know it's
telling me
fake, right?
wrestling's
Yeah,
fake.
yeah.
You're groundbreaking.
like as an adult, I've had people say that to me, like in work settings. Like they're just like, "Oh, you like wrestling? You know that's fake, right?" I'm like, "Don't like. I can't even talk to you anymore. Like that's just the dumbest thing you could say to me. Like,
She's
stop
like,
it. Just shut up."
No, this whole time.
Yeah, I should just oversell it.
You were the
Go around
first
crying.
person to tell me that.
I need to take a personal day today. I didn't know that. And just leave work.
I'm like, yeah, it's
you
fake.
should,
Oh,
you should
God.
walk into the
Oh,
owner's
man.
office and do that. Like when it's a day you have to go into work.
Yeah.
It's just
I didn't
shit.
fucking know. He told me wrestling is fake. I did not see this coming. I cannot
Yeah.
do
The
the rest
walls
of the
are
day. I
closing
gotta
in,
go.
boss. I gotta go.
Yeah.
The walls are closing in.
And the next day, I'm not the same anymore. I just stare blankly at the wall. I'm like, everything.
No,
I question everything now.
What'd you do to
fucked me up.
Jess, jerk?
Yeah.
I still do the whole. Well, it's predetermined, but when they get hurt, when they get
Yeah.
slammed, it's not fake.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Like,
It's
I still
it's
get mad.
predetermined. That's right. That's
yeah,
the
it's
response is
predetermined, but it's
Yeah,
you know,
that's
I
all we
pull-
can
I
do at
pull
that
that
point. Be
shit.
like, it's. I know it's fake, but it's pretty
but
it's different.
Or you just do what Jim Ross says. Like, yeah,
You
they
ever
know
throw
how to
yourself
fall
down on the
right,
concrete?
right? They never get hurt. They know how to fall right.
You're hard to learn how to fall off a
or I have to
20-foot
get stupidly.
ladder.
I have to get
That's
stupidly
awesome.
defensive over pro wrestling and be like, yeah, tell
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar, or Kurt Angle to their face that it's fake and see
Yeah.
what happens to you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's an open hand slap. I love.
Yeah, why don't
every
you tell
time,
Chris
every
Benoit
time.
that was fake,
Yeah,
bro?
Tell Dr. D. David Schultz it's fake and see what
Yeah,
happens.
Yeah.
That's an
exactly,
open
yeah,
hand
you
slap.
tell
You
them
think
it
that's
was
fake?
Yeah.
Oh,
Here.
Yeah.
go watch that on YouTube. That's one of the
Dr.
best.
Death.
Here's a
Steve
little thing
Williams.
called Hell in the Cell with little
Yeah.
Mr. Mick Foley and Undertaker. Once you watch that, and then you tell
Why
me.
don't you
his
fall off
tooth
that
go through
cage,
his
bro?
Nostril. You call that fake?
Yeah, and that was his nose that went through his nasal cavity. Okay,
Yeah,
just watch
Why
it.
don't you try that? Once you get thrown off, the
Anybody else
Hell in a Cell by
probably
the
would have
Undertaker,
died.
bro.
I'm not even.
Then, like,
kidding.
let's be honest. Like, if it's the other side of the spectrum and someone's legitly super into like that, they really get hurt. That also annoys me. But I should be happy because they're kind of wanting to learn more about it. Where I'm like, yeah, so and so's had like 18 back surgeries or whatever. And they're like, what?
What?
And I'm like, don't be stupid. You should know like. I get mad inside. I'm just like, oh, I don't have to tell you that. I don't take away his tickets to wrestling. Yes, they really do have surgeries. Like when people are actually interested in it, I'm like, you don't care. Fuck off. But then if they're the other way around,
It was
then they're
like-
like,
it was-
you
it
know
was
it's
like that
fake, right? I'm like,
really-
fuck you.
It was that really horrible thing where Jess said there's no hope for the fans of now. It was like Ric Flair's top 5 moments, and every year was off because Peacock
Yeah.
just doesn't give a shit. Like they say,
Yeah.
he won the what did they say? Won the Royal Rumble in '93, and he won it in '93.
They won the Royal Rumble 93, and like everything was off by 1
Yeah.
year, oddly. And I'm like, why
Yeah.
are you fucking like no one
It's like, you're
proofreads
not
That
this
was
even-
his
shit?
you're
earliest
not
great
even-
moment, by the way. Ric Flair's earliest
Ah.
great moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, that's not true at all. Like that's,
That's the-
just simply not true. How about
That's the global all elites trying
You
to
just forget
instill
about the
Mandela
NWA
effect
World
into-
Title. Oh my god,
It's the Mandela effect. They're trying
Let's-
to change time as we know it.
Trying to get you to question history.
we can end
Yeah.
it right here.
The
That's
global all elites.
Yeah.
All right, well.
perfect.